Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again. Social scientist, spokesman, and advocate of basic human rights for all people is my business. And I do it because it is an expression of the spirit of love that I appreciate from my Creator that is to be given to you. Given to you because I feel that this is something that is within all of you. And until you can manifest that toward one another, we're going to be a messed up human race. But the truth of the matter, ladies and gentlemen, is that I was listening to the YouTube this morning, and I heard an interview with Jill Stein of the Green Party. And she was right on time with so much of the things that she expressed. She's really good as far as we, the American people, consider good to be. And I thought to myself that Bernie Sanders, who had that forefront out there, who yielded and gave in and decided to support Hillary Clinton just in order to beat Donald Trump, which to me was a sellout. And I think it would be well for him to join with the Green Party, Miss Jill Stein, and they could do perhaps some great things for you, the people. The problem might occur, who would run the show? But I think if they resolve the issue that you, the people, are the boss, then they would allow you to run the show and you guys can go forward. And I saw that as being a great position for a political approach for you, the people. But then I'm reminded about one that is better than that. It is the one that comes from the Creator of humankind. The Creator who made you in such a way that there are certain things that are essential for your continued existence. Some the Creator made took out of your hands. For instance, oxygen that comes out of the air. You're going to get that as long as you keep on breathing and you are in an environment where oxygen is there. Other is water. You need water to survive. No ifs and ands about that. But there are some other things that you need that the Creator put in your hands. It has to do with food. It has to do with clothing. It has to do with shelter. It has to do with education. It has to do with health care. All of these things are essential in the kinds of lives that human beings live if they are to live. And by the Creator making these things common amongst you, it would appear that any conscientious individual would recognize the commonality of these demands and requirements, that you would make it an expressed effort to guarantee these things to one another. And whatever kind of system you lived under, whatever kind of system you chose to live under, these things would be guaranteed to you. Now, since this has not happened, I present this to you as the appropriate way to go forward as human beings, to eradicate wars and terrorism. And, you know, there will be people who will be trying to maintain the status quo. They will be willing to do, as I have said, anything to maintain it. And their greatest weapon over you is that they will kill you because they want to play God. They want to control you to every facet. And they make life so precious to you that you don't want to die unless they demand that you die, you give your life or go kill in war. And so they keep this over you, and just to survive at all costs. The natives did it. Slaves, everybody has done it. They don't want to die, so what you do to me, depending on how hard it comes, I will submit. This is what the race has said. The human race has said to itself. You will submit. And you will always lose. The key to life is to not be bound by that. The key to life is to do what is right at all times. If they will kill, then you must be willing to die. But in order to be willing to die, you got to know something else. You must know that death, which they hold over you, they know that you don't die. They know what you don't know. They know that you are reborn. You are reborn by the seed that you have planted. This is the fruit where you will go. You've been an anti-God, whatever that produces, that's where you will end up until the next time. If you've been God-led, and that's where your fruit will grow. Now, I'm just saying this to you because I know you don't know this. Otherwise, there's no way you would be bound by all of these things that does not allow you to live. Now, I know we've been programmed to think that money is the key to everything, whether it's in your pocket, whether it's in the state's pocket, the government's pocket, or the world's pocket. You think that money is the key to everything. Money is not the key to everything. First of all, the Creator is the source. You are created by the Creator, and you have become the source of everything that you need. And how will you have all of these needs met? Your food, your clothing, your shelter, your education, your health care. How will you have these met? You will have these met because the Creator, being so smart, put a little bit dab and all of that in each of us, so that we would have something on earth in our being and in our time that we would want to do, that we would love to do. And by the virtue of what we are required in our living, this is what we find in ourselves to play a part in, so we jump in it and do what we've been doing all the time. We just take money out of the picture. We create goods and services that the people have determined that are essential. But ladies and gentlemen, another thing that makes this so great, beyond what the Green Party, beyond Ms. Stein and Bernie Sanders and any politician can do, is that the Creator has designed it that it works for every human being on the face of the earth. So as you think about your immediate household, your mother, your father, and siblings if you got any, that's the same way you think about the community. That's the same way you think about the state. That's the same way you think about the nation. And that's the same way you think about the world. Because all over the world, human beings require these same things. And the human beings are the one that's going to create these same things. And where different things, products, commodities exist that don't exist in else places, where the desires and wants are wanted, this is where we trade. But we trade with that emphasis of being righteous. We trade up the emphasis of not abusing, because now we are not trying to prove that somebody is better than another. We know that however good and fantastic one appears, that's the way we all appear. And if one person suffers, that's the way we all suffer. And so we make sure that that doesn't happen. Even though this evil anti-God will stand up and want to tell a great big lie and get a following, the rest of us become antibodies and keep those cancers out. This is what I'm saying of the future. Now, what should you do if you're not going to vote for Ms. Clinton, you're not going to vote for Donald Trump, and you shouldn't vote for any of these other parties because they can't give you what God will give you. They won't give you what the Creator has provided. Then that means you, the created, must give it to yourselves. So when you go to these polls to vote for the president, you write in your name. Don't write in my name. Don't write in anybody's name but your name. Speak for you and your belief and understanding in the creative process. And by so doing, we will automatically pull ourselves together, standing up for love and joy and peace and prosperity on the nations of the world. And hey, that's the first step in everything. And when we do this, then we will be able to get rid of people in government who have been set there by other intention than our own. And we can assure that we get the right representatives there, and there's no such thing as somebody who's not qualified, because this is a new thing, and all over the world we are trying new things based upon a new principle of doing unto others as we would have others to do unto to us. Now, this seems like it's a wonderful, easy message to follow. I know we've been brought up and taught in such a way that this would seem very impossible. But I say to you, ladies and gentlemen, what would your answer be? If you say no because you don't believe it can happen, you are making it not happen. If you say yes because you want it to happen and you're willing to commit yourself, then you're bringing it that much closer to happening. So I ask that you look at these two outcomes and see which one represents you deep inside. And let it be known, whether it's good or bad, let it be known. Until next time, Eddie Marcus saying bye-bye.